Sportsnet 590. 590. The Fan.
Sportsnet today, Sportsnet 590, The Fan. I am Ben Ennis. R.A. Dickey joining us now. No, Geoff Rohoman.
Someone just as clutch. Not at all.
Probably with a better back, though.
Oh.
How's your back feel?
Well, you know, I did some heavy lifting this weekend.
Did you?
No, not at all. Are
No.
you kidding me? I sat on the couch.
Attaboy.
You know.
Wait, did you lift some food to your face, at least?
Yeah, oh yeah. I got a good workout in. I peeled an orange.
Good for you. Oh, you know what's the most satisfying thing in the world is when you peel the orange in one peel?
Yeah, oh man.
Nothing better.
And you can
right?
you can just toss it all out. You don't have to pick up the little pieces and hopefully you don't leave any behind.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And you don't get the
Are you
stuff
like but
stuck
you know,
under your nail?
But I'm a picky guy. I have to pull off all the the little strings that are left.
The white stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
How sorry. Geoff Rohoman. Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How are you?
Yeah. I was going to ask you about watermelon. We should save watermelon talk for another time.
Sure.
So you're doing well?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Really good.
Good. I've missed you.
Right back at you, Slick. Okay.
You're not here as much anymore.
I know. I'm in the next 3 weeks though. So.
Oh, perfect.
So that's good.
This makes me excited.
Before we get to the stuff, what's going on? Sportsnet's got some UFC stuff on today.
5 hours of it. Starts at 5 o'clock. They show the prelims leading into UFC on Sportsnet, which gets going at 8 o'clock tonight until 10 o'clock-ish. It'll probably run over a bit into overtime. But this is a pay-per-view caliber card. It's fantastic. Main event is Ben Henderson defending his lightweight title against Gilbert Melendez. Co-main event is Frank Mir fighting Daniel Cormier, and then Nate Diaz fights Josh Thompson. What's happening here is UFC bought Strikeforce a couple of years ago, which was the rival promotion. Strikeforce continued on running as a separate organization until their deal with Showtime expired, and then the UFC just sort of merged all their talent into the UFC, shut down Strikeforce. So these three guys, Daniel Cormier, Gil Melendez, and Josh Thompson, are probably the three best guys out of Strikeforce to come into the UFC. So Gil Melendez gets an immediate title shot. Daniel Cormier is fighting one of the best heavyweights in the world, and Josh Thompson, again, is fighting another great lightweight. So really excited to see these guys in the UFC.
You met Ken Shamrock.
He came in studio yesterday. The world's most dangerous man, the original
How old
UFC
is he now? He's got to be pushing
49.
50. Yeah.
He's fighting in July.
Come on.
He's fighting in July in England.
Oh,
he is in phenomenal shape.
Really? Wow.
You could still probably light a match off his abs. That's how cut he still is.
He took his shirt off?
Not that no. But
you're assuming. You undressed him with your eyes.
He was, I was a little starstruck.
Yeah.
But great interview. We spoke to him for about 30 minutes, and we probably could have done another 30. Great talker. We did both UFC, and we spoke to him about wrestling, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long was he in WWE?
It wasn't long. It was just a couple of years, but he definitely made his mark.
Mm-hmm.
He was Intercontinental Champion. He wrestled guys like The Rock and Steve Austin and The Undertaker.
What, do you give guys credit for winning wrestling belts?
Well, they have to
he definitely left his mark. Like, that was his doing, winning the belt.
I'm not going to go into WWE. They're going to put a title on me. You have to have some talent in order for them to put the title on you.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, and you know what? He was the only person, we discussed this in our interview, which you can find at sportsnet590.ca. He's the only person ever to call The Undertaker by his real name.
What's
on
his real
TV,
name?
Mark. And he called him Mark. He said, Mark, come out from the character. Let's do this. And apparently, backstage, that did not go over well.
Really?
And he got into a little bit of trouble for doing that because he just sort of did it on his own. It wasn't scripted. Yeah. So he tells a great story about that.
Hey, good for The Undertaker. Still undefeated at WrestleMania, too.
It's incredible. What a streak.
The longest streak in all of sports,
You talk about
right?
dynasties in sports, the Patriots and the Oilers. And
Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. Yeah, it's under. How many years is it now?
21-0. Just beat CM Punk. Wrestling.
Good for him. Okay, you're all excited about this story. You got to tell me.
You know that Rob Wong and I went to Montreal.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago.
Years ago
when was it? It was last month for UFC 158, GSP versus Nick Diaz. I can't believe I forgot to tell you the story.
Okay.
So the morning show intern on Brady and Lang is Becky Scott.
Okay.
And her and her two friends went to
Becky Scott. Why is that name familiar?
You've probably she's the morning show intern, so I imagine you've probably encountered her once or twice, Ben.
Maybe. No, isn't that like a skier or something?
Curler, Becky Scott, curler.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, sorry.
She and two of her friends went to Montreal just for like a girls' weekend, and we ended up meeting up with Becky and her two friends. I am convinced that one of her friends and I are destined to get married.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's this?
Her name is Theo.
No.
Right?
No. Is that short for something?
I don't think so. She told me the story. I can't remember who she was named after.
Theo.
If I could marry someone with the name of Bill Cosby's son on the Cosby Show, it's easy to marry a Vanessa or a Rudy. To marry a Theo.
Well, what about there's actual Billy is an actual girl's name? That would be the ultimate.
This is the only Theo that I've ever encountered in my life.
I've never heard of a
she
woman
is my
being
dream
named
woman.
Theo.
Yeah.
What about Cosby for a first name?
That will be our dog.
How about Bill Cosby for a first name?
Bill will be our first son. Cosby will be our dog. Yeah. Theo will be my wife.
You're obsessed.
Am I?
He's single as well, ladies. Although maybe not for long because he found his future wife.
I'm throwing this out here.
Unbelievable. You can follow him on Twitter at Roho590. He's full of life, ladies, and he loves the Cosby Show. I want to start with April 13th. Couldn't resist buying these new kicks. You got a picture of the old school pumps. Are you wearing those right now?
I'm not. I'm wearing just little. I thought it was going to be warmer today, so I wore summery shoes, which was not a smart idea. No, but yeah, they're old school Reebok pumps. Like Reebok pumps. They're not pumps like that girls wear.
Yeah,
they're Reebok pumps. Let's clarify that here, Ben.
I think I had pumps. I don't remember the pump really doing all that much.
You know what? It just tightens around the toe.
Yeah, not much.
But you know what?
Though.
It made D Brown dunk without looking.
That's
so
true.
There's a selling point right there.
How much do you pay for those?
They were $99, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Which is not terrible considering the price of, Nike or Reebok running shoes these days.
I was watching this as well. April 14th, Emma Watson just got the MTV Awards Trailblazer honor. She's what? 21. This show sucks. Watching that show makes me realize that, well, first of all, that show is no longer geared towards us.
Yeah.
You understand that, right?
Man, there's a few things that I had wrong with it. And I think there's tweets that I was yelling about. But just for an example for the MTV Awards, Best Actor, the nominees were Bradley Cooper, Ben Affleck, Jamie Foxx, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Channing Tatum for Magic Mike. Those were the 5 nominees for Best Actor. Are you kidding me?
Doesn't fit in there.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. No, that show, it makes me feel old watching that show now. Because I used to enjoy those types of shows, the MTV Movie Awards. But it's just, awful.
They're really bad. By the way, Becky Scott just texted me. She's a cross-country skier, Becky Scott.
Right. See?
Yeah, so.
Good pull on my part.
Look at you.
April 16th. Can vegans eat animal crackers? That's great. I don't know if we need to get into that one.
Well, can they? They don't eat animal products, right?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Great point, Jeff.
If they're eating animal crackers, I'm throwing a challenge flag on it.
Anything worse than not getting enough sleep and then encountering a perky morning person on the commute? That is the worst.
Right?
Are you a morning person at all?
Not at all.
I don't understand it.
Not at all. And I was in for Barb DiGiulio this morning, so I was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning in order to make the commute from Brampton.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting a lot of sleep in general, and just encountering these people. And Matt Padani, who's a business guy at 680 News, he tweets me back, what a buzzkill. He's like, how about falling asleep at the wheel of your car, crashing and burning to death?
Oh, my God.
That would be worse, Matt. Thanks for that.
Oh, my God. There's nothing worse than that. I need at least a couple of hours, coffee, and I need to regroup before, and a shower for sure.
See, I need like at least 6 hours of sleep, or else I can't
No,
function.
I'm talking about in the morning, before I'm a functioning human.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Are you the type of guy that needs to you get up maybe an extra hour early just so you can sort of lie around until you're ready to go to work, or do you get up and just go?
No. I need to sit down with my coffee and read through some news and stuff.
Yeah,
feed the dog, go on a walk with the dog.
Yeah.
I'm not a pleasant person in the morning. April 17th, out for cheap wings, and David Alter drops this knowledge. He wants to get a pet duck. I feel like we should have David Alter to explain that, but he wants a pet duck?
Yeah, but he doesn't want, he wants the kind like Joey and Chandler had on Friends.
Did they have a duck,
they had a duck and a chicken?
Yeah, okay.
But they had a duck, and that's apparently David Alter. I don't know if you've ever been to David Alter's apartment. The duck would be the cleanest thing there.
Really?
And he would dress the duck in Oakley.
That's
guaranteed.
For sure.
Maple Leafs reporter David Alter is just amazing.
20 hours ago, I'm no baseball expert, but the Blue Jays 7-9 after 16 games. The 93 World Series champion Jays 8-8. Hashtag not so bad after all. I mean, I went through some of the numbers as well. The Detroit Tigers were 5 games under 500 a couple months into the season. You can be around 500.
Yeah.
You can't win the division in April. You might be able to lose it, but a couple of games under 500. If it gets any worse than this, it's a little reason for concern. But it's all right. But don't you feel like it's taken a bit of the shine off Like so much excitement headed into the season as you wear your Blue Jays. Are you going to the game tonight?
I'm not going to the game today. I saw it in my closet and I was like, people are just really down on this team right now. I'm going to try and lift positivity. But
you're going around hugging people today?
Well, we'll
always
after this segment. Another thing that I saw was Jack Morris was their ace going into that season. He was 7-12. So all these people that were expecting R.A. Dickey to go 40-0.
Yeah.
There's a little wiggle room there. Jack Morris was supposed to be the ace. The other pitcher stepped up. It's possible that happens here with this Blue Jays team. So we're just less than a month into the season. It's not time to blow things up just yet.
No, not at all. If you're a top 40 radio station, apparently you're only allowed to play sped up, annoying remixes during the afternoon drive. Hashtag AM switch. You should always be listening to Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Oh, I generally do, but sometimes on the drive home after a long day, I'm feeling a little tired, so I want to hear something a little bit more upbeat that'll keep me awake. But it's just these sort of house remixes of Bruno Mars.
Style. What kind of music do you listen to? I don't even know.
I go from classic rock to hip hop. Classic rock is generally what I listen to, but I'm a big old school hip hop rap guy. I really like Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, sort of the NWA, a lot of the Ice Cube guys like that back in the
Are you a big concert guy? Do you go out to see a lot of concerts?
I'm not at all. I'm the opposite of a concert guy. I have to really, really like the group or band in order for me to shell out hundreds of dollars to see them. The last concert I saw was Bruce Springsteen this past summer.
Oh, yeah?
Which was phenomenal. And before that...
He played 2 shows, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He went to... I think he did one at Rogers Center, one at Hamilton at Cobb's Coliseum.
Yeah.
I went to the Rogers Center one, which was
amazing.
I'm
not a big Bruce guy, unfortunately.
See, him live is incredible. I think you'd become a fan if you saw him live.
He's 1,000 years old and he's still jumping around, right?
You know what? He's. I think he's 67. He played for 4 hours.
That's amazing.
He did an 8-song encore. He didn't have an opener. He just came on and played for 4 hours. Oh,
it was great. 4 hours.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
That's great, but that's also kind of the reason why I don't go to concerts either, because that's a lot of standing.
Yeah.
Oh my! You were standing the whole time, right?
Sometimes when we went into the ballads, you'd get a chance to sit down and rest your feet a little bit. But we were 7th row. We were rocking out. It was really good. But honestly, before that, I think the last concert I went to was Guns N' Roses in 2001.
Wow, really?
I go see friends' bands and stuff, but I don't really count those as concerts.
Okay. So we found your future wife potentially.
She just Facebooked me. She is excited that our puppy will be named Cosby.
That's great. So she's game for the idea.
I'm engaged.
That's great. Congratulations, Geoff.
Thanks, buddy.